Hey guys, Mr. David here. Week 3 of distance learning. Had a lot of fun connecting with everybody again last week. Special thanks to all the parents that have sent in photos, videos of their kids learning and having fun during this shelter-in-place time. So just wishing everybody well. Hope you're staying safe. Look forward to connecting again as soon as we can. Until then, we have another read aloud. Hope you've enjoyed the last two. Last week we forgot to start with our vocab words, so we're going to add that back in this week to make sure we're getting those things. So I've got 4 vocab words for you today. We're going to pick a story today that will kind of sum up our building study a little bit as we finish that study this week. And we head into our study about trees next week. So we're looking forward to that one. That one's always pretty fun. So we've got a book that kind of will address both topics, hopefully. So 4 vocab words for our story this week. Story this week is Our Tree Named Steve. And that's by Alan Zweibel. So Our Tree Named Steve. So here's the words we're going to be looking for in Our Tree Named Steve. The first vocab word is land. Land is an area of the Earth's surface not covered by water. So if you're swimming, you're in the water. If you're standing, generally you're on the land, is one way to think about it. Next word is outdoor. This means you're not inside. Sometimes we go to the playground. Playgrounds are usually outdoors. All right, next one's kind of a combination of words, but it's broke down. That means it's not working anymore. Something breaks down, it's not working anymore. And the last one is storm. This is like bad or dangerous weather. Sometimes in Minnesota we have really bad snowstorms. All right, so there's our 4 vocab words. Here comes our story. Our Tree Named Steve. It says, here, I'll try to turn the cameras a little bit. It says, a long time ago when you were little, Mom and I took you to where we wanted to build a house for us to live in. But in order to build there, men had to come and clear the land. Sounds like maybe some workers, some construction workers. I remember there was one tree, however, that the 3 of you couldn't stop staring at. Adam thought it was crying. Lindsay said it looked nervous. And Sari, who was only 2 years old, couldn't pronounce the word tree, and she called it Steve. I love you, Steve, she kept saying. And then Adam and Lindsay started saying it. And before too long, Mom and I got the hint and asked the builder, please save Steve. The kids did not want Steve to get cleared, to get cut down to build the house. The day we moved in, Steve was there to greet us. There to say hello. He quickly worked his way into our lives as a swing holder, a target, third base, hiding place, and a jump rope turner. So this tree is doing lots of things for this family. Sounds like it's kind of a special tree. And whenever our dryer broke down, he held our underwear with pride. Got all the underwear hanging out there to dry. Some people don't have drying machines, like when theirs broke down. So they got to dry their underwear out there on the tree. Yes, right there in the center of our yard, this weird-looking tree grew to become the center of our outdoor life. Through all the barbecues, campouts, dance parties, Or when Adam and Lindsay started getting crushes on the Simon kids next door, Steve adjusted to our every need. Or when Uncle Chester napped in the hammock, couldn't possibly have been fun. Not to mention the time that the sewer overflowed and Steve sucked up all the smelly water before it drowned Kirby. There's Uncle Chester laying in the tree. Here's poor Kirby up on the house trying not to drown in the smelly sewer water. Good thing Steve the tree was there. Then Steve got so sick himself that the tree doctor had to give Steve a haircut that made him look like a big thumb. So cut off all these branches. Say it looks like a big thumb. Is it true? Maybe. Through the years, Mom and I have tried to show you, in a world filled with strangers, the peace that comes with having things you can count on and a safe place to return to after a hard day or a long trip. Which brings me to the point of this letter. Last week, a storm hit our area. Uh-oh. Remember, those storms can be dangerous. I wonder what happened. And though we spared Steve's life a long time ago, this time we couldn't save him. Uh-oh, guys. So there's Steve the tree. Looks like the storm hit him. Fell over, cracked. Looks like Kirby's house is okay, though. That's good. Are we sad? Sure we are. But even in his final moments, when he could have fallen on our house, Sari's swings, Kirby's house, or Mom's garden, Steve performed his last trick and protected all of us to the very end. And friends like this are hard to find. So he didn't fall on Kirby's house. He didn't fall on their house. He didn't fall on Sari's swing set. So Steve protected them even through the storm. So when you come home from Grandma's next week, Steve will not be able to greet you as he's done in the past. I'm sorry. So there's Steve. He's all gone. It's like Kirby's still laying on top of him. But please know that Steve will always be with us in our hearts, in our thoughts, and in a different tree at the other end of our yard. See you next week. Love, Dad. So look at this, gang. No more Kirby no more Steve the tree right here. Look at this little tree house up here. That's Steve the tree. They use all the wood from Steve the tree to make a brand new tree house. So Steve the tree had lots of wood for them to use to make something brand new and fun. So, as we think about the story today, and Steve the tree and all the wood he provided the family to make a brand new tree house, I just was kind of wondering if you guys had a lot of wood. Maybe a tree fell down in your yard and there was lots of wood and branches. What would you make? Would you make a tree house? Would you make something else? What would you make if you had a tree fall in your yard and you had all kinds of wood to use? So, thanks for joining me. We'll see you again next week for story number 4. And until we connect this week, hope everybody's well. Thanks.